Welcome back to consecutive day 1142 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic, I want to talk about the dreaded Strava feed. So remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1142 of a diary of a runpreneur. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about the dreaded Strava feed. So, reason for today's topic is yesterday I was at a weekend away over a friend's house, and he'd managed to get me a free place in Run Norwich, which is one of the biggest 10k races in the country. It's about 8,500 to 9,000 runners for a 10k event, which is pretty big. And so I ran it, and I think it's been fairly well documented. I'm injured. I've still got plantar fasciitis. I've been struggling with it now for 3.5 months. It is gradually easing, but it's still pretty horrible. It's uncomfortable running today, for example. So I said, yeah, I'll take the place at last minute. And I said, you know what? Going into races, if I'm injured or not 100% fit and I don't want to race, how do I stop my competitive spirit from racing? And it's easier said than done. And I talked about this prior to the race on my vlog, saying that I decided that I was going to vlog the race. So I did vlog the race in order to give myself some different attention, different focus from the fact that I was participating in a race, which is competitive, and ultimately, I'd want to post a respectful time. And frustratingly as well, my friend put me in the fast pen, so I was with all the fast guys. So I thought, right, well, fair enough, I'll just drop to the back of pen 1 and I'd vlog it still. So I was aiming to run it in kind of somewhere between maybe 52 and 55 minutes. A nice comfortable pace that wasn't going to do my injury any more damage and would allow me to vlog the race and enjoy the atmosphere. And first and foremost, the atmosphere was brilliant. I did vlog it, so there'll be some footage of Run Norwich coming out over the next kind of couple of months maybe. And it was a brilliant race. However, as we started, I did my first kilometre in 6 minutes. So nice and really slow, vlogging it, enjoying the atmosphere. And then I started overtaking a couple of people. Pace was kind of kilometre 2, it was about 5.5 minute kilometre pace. So I was like, yeah, okay, this is good. And then, even though I was vlogging every kilometre, I then decided, you know what, I'm feeling alright, I'm going to up it. And I was then running the remainder at sub 45 minute kilometre pace. So I was kind of somewhere in the region of 4 minute 20 kilometre pace, which is a 3/4 paced run. There's no ifs or buts about it. And for a 10k, that's a push for me anyway. And I just got sucked into it. And what it comes down to is that the fear of the dreaded Strava feed. All my runs are on Strava, and you hear that famous phrase, if it's not on Strava, it doesn't count. And ultimately, even though I have absolutely nothing to prove to anybody, this is my 1142nd day of straight running, averaging 7.5 kilometres every day. My shortest run in that period of time is 5k, and I've perhaps done a 5k maybe 4 times in 1142 days, which is crazy. So I've got nothing to prove to anyone. I've done PBs, I've done marathon PB, I've done half marathon PB, I've done lots of different ultra marathons, so I've got nothing to prove to anyone. Yet I still got sucked in to, what if I post a rubbish time for me and it's a race and it goes on Strava? What people are going to go, oh, are you all right, or whatever, on the comments. And that was enough to force me in to potentially putting my injury at risk, my running streak at risk, because of my idiotic competitive mentality and ensuring I posted a decent time. Now, I came in the end in 45 minutes 50 something, which was 8 kilometres, averaging like between 4:15 to 4:20 kilometre pace, and then the first 2 kilometres I did 1 in 6 and 1 in 5.5, so I was averaging 5:45 for the first 2 kilometres. So I got sucked into it just because I didn't want all that people saying, oh, you know, well done, or being, what's the word when people say well done, but when they're not thinking you've actually done well done, they're kind of sarcastic. That's the right word. Just going past someone, so just bear with me a second. Evening. Yeah. So very disappointed in myself ultimately, and but I just can't shift that mindset. That's who I am. I'm driven, and my injury is not great. It's sorer today than it normally is because I pushed it harder than I would have normally pushed it yesterday. So not sure that's going to be the way to overcome this, because ultimately my aim is to be fully fit mid-August, because that's when I'll start my training plan. When I say training plan, it's not much of a training plan. I'm just going to up my average pace each week in preparation for the Yorkshire Marathon. So what are my learnings? The learnings from my diary for today are that if you can, be the bigger person. Ignore the fear of what others think, or what others are going to say. Just do right by you and do best by you. You have nothing to prove to anyone. You should only be proving stuff to yourself and your nearest and dearest. Don't get sucked into that dreaded Strava feed of sheer competitiveness, of engaging with people when you're not running quite as well, or engaging with when you're running really well, because it will come back to bite you in the backside. So the only person you have anything to prove to is yourself, and possibly your nearest and dearest. So hope that helps. Questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can get involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you again tomorrow.